Young and the Restless is about to serve up yet another jaw-dropping twist in the ongoing saga of Kyle, Summer, and Claire. The drama between these three characters has been building for some time, and now, with Summer's return to Genoa City, it looks like things are about to come to a head in the most unexpected way. Summer's return, a twist no one saw coming. Summer Abbott has been away in Milan for a significant amount of time, seemingly living her life far from the chaos of Genoa City. But despite her time abroad, the question that lingers is how she truly feels about Kyle's impending marriage to Claire. After all, Kyle and Summer shared a deep connection in the past, and Summer's absence did nothing to erase the feelings that she still harbors for him. Fans have been clamoring for Summer to return to Genoa City, especially with the mounting tension surrounding Phyllis, her mother, who has found herself in a difficult situation. Summer's absence has been felt, not only because of her relationship with Kyle but also because of her role in her mother's life. The emotional strain that Phyllis has been going through dealing with betrayals and personal upheavals has only added to the urgency of Summer's return. Fans have been left wondering, will Summer return just in time to prevent Kyle from marrying Claire, or will she have other plans in mind? The truth, however, is even more complicated than anyone could have guessed. When Summer finally makes her dramatic re-entry into the scene, it's not just her presence that will shake Genoa City to its core. She's arrived with a shocking revelation. Summer hasn't come back alone. She's arrived in Nice with not only Harrison, her beloved son, but also with an infant. And that's not the most shocking part. The father of the baby is none other than Kyle Abbott himself. The baby's paternity, the shocking truth. For fans who have followed Kyle and Summer's relationship, this revelation comes as a bombshell. The return of Summer with Harrison and a baby, especially one that Kyle fathered, raises more questions than answers. How could this have happened? Summer's time in Milan wasn't just about escape or self-discovery, it was also about rebuilding a life that involved Kyle in ways that no one could have imagined. The truth behind the baby's paternity is clear. Kyle is the father. The two of them must have rekindled their connection during Summer's time away, and in a twist of fate, they are now parents together again. This revelation sets the stage for a monumental conflict, as Summer is not only returning with her children but also with the intent to confront Kyle about his relationship with Claire. Summer's goal is clear. She intends to end the relationship between Kyle and Claire. Despite his decision to move forward with Claire, Summer is determined to reclaim her place in Kyle's life, not just for herself, but for their children. Her arrival with Harrison and the baby signifies that she is not backing down without a fight. Kyle's reaction, the emotional moment. When Kyle first lays eyes on Summer and their two children, he is overcome with emotion. The sight of his son, Harrison, and the infant child he never knew he had hits him like a ton of bricks. His feelings for Summer flood back, and the weight of everything he's done over the past few months hits him all at once. The realization that he has a family he wasn't even aware of brings him to tears. Kyle, who has been caught up in his own world of business, family drama, and his impending marriage to Claire, now faces the very real consequences of his past actions. In an emotional moment, Kyle promises to take care of his children and be there for them, no matter what. His commitment to being a father is heartfelt, and it's clear that the love he has for Summer and their children is genuine. But this promises to complicate things in the worst way possible. His feelings for Summer are undeniable, and with the revelation of their child together, Kyle finds himself at a crossroads. Does he continue down the path with Claire, or does he choose to be with Summer and build the family he never knew he wanted? Claire's breakdown, the ultimate confrontation. Enter Claire. Despite her many flaws, has been steadfast in her commitment to Kyle. Her world is about to shatter when she sees Summer standing in front of her with not one, but two children, including one that Kyle fathered. Claire has already been struggling with the strain of their relationship and the knowledge that Kyle's heart has been pulled in another direction. But this revelation is too much for her to handle. Claire is livid, and her reaction is nothing short of explosive. Her jealousy, insecurity, and sense of betrayal all come to a head as she confronts Summer and Kyle. The emotional intensity of the scene builds as Claire, unable to hide her rage, lashes out. She is humiliated, furious that Kyle has lied to her and kept this huge part of his life hidden from her. Claire's breakdown is inevitable, and she'll stop at nothing to protect the relationship she's fought so hard to maintain with Kyle. But her outburst only serves to push Kyle further away, as he becomes more and more torn between the woman he promised to marry and the family he now realizes he has with Summer. The stage is set for a dramatic showdown between Summer and Claire, two women fighting for the heart of the same man, each believing they are the rightful choice for Kyle. Their confrontation will be heated, full of sharp words and emotional confrontations, as both women battle for their place in Kyle's life and in the future of their children. The future. What's next for Kyle, Summer, and Claire? As the dust settles from the emotional whirlwind, Kyle will have to make the most difficult decision of his life. Can he reconcile with Summer, the woman who's returned with their children, and build a new life together? Or will his commitment to Claire, who's been a constant in his life, win out? There are no easy answers, and emotional stakes are incredibly high. The tension between Summer, Kyle, and Claire will continue to build as secrets are exposed, emotions run high, and the future of the Abbott family is thrown into jeopardy. In the coming weeks, the fallout from this shocking revelation will play out in dramatic fashion. Summer's return with Kyle's children will undoubtedly cause a rift in his relationships, but whether that rift can be healed remains to be seen. The question is no longer about what Kyle wants, but what he's willing to sacrifice for the sake of his family and which path he chooses to walk. With Claire's anger and Summer's determination to reclaim what she lost, the battle for Kyle's heart is far from over, and the consequences of his choices will echo through the lives of everyone involved. The Young and the Restless once again proves why it's a soap opera filled with intrigue, betrayal, and shocking twists. The story has only just begun. The battle lines have been drawn, and no one in Genoa City is safe from the fallout. This week, Kyle finds himself at the center of a whirlwind of emotions and revelations that threaten to unravel his life and the relationships he holds dear. The shockwave from his decision to halt his wedding to Claire reverberates throughout Genoa City, stirring up confusion, anger, and even more unanswered questions. As the drama intensifies, a key mystery emerges. Is the baby Summer brought back to Genoa City truly Kyle's? Kyle's shocking decision, halting the wedding. The moment Kyle Abbott told Claire that he wanted to pause their wedding, the air in Genoa City seemed to freeze. Claire, already dealing with her own insecurities and the tension in their relationship, exploded with anger at Kyle's sudden change of heart. She had invested so much in their future together, believing that Kyle was truly committed to her, only to be blindsided by his hesitation. Claire, who had already been dealing with doubts about Kyle's feelings, saw this as the ultimate betrayal. Her emotions boiled over as she demanded answers, and Kyle, now trapped in his own confusion, struggled to explain his decision. For Kyle, it wasn't just about his feelings for Claire. His emotions for Summer, and the revelation that he has two children with her, had begun to surface again. Kyle had tried to put his past with Summer behind him, but her return with their children brought everything rushing back. His commitment to Claire, however, was now being tested by the new reality that Summer, the woman he once loved, had come back into his life, complicating everything. Phyllis' intervention, a mother's push. Phyllis Summers, always the voice of reason when it comes to her daughter, sees the chaos Kyle's decision has caused and decides to intervene. Phyllis, who's no stranger to the tumultuous emotions surrounding relationships in Genoa City, understands that Kyle is at a critical juncture in his life. She pulls him aside for a private conversation, where she insists that he take responsibility for his actions. "You have to take care of Summer and the kids," Phyllis tells Kyle, with a tone that reflects both concern and a hint of warning. "This is your family now. You can't just run away from it." Phyllis, ever the pragmatist, knows that Kyle's involvement with Summer and their children is no longer optional. It's a responsibility he can't avoid, no matter how complicated things have become. Phyllis isn't just reminding Kyle of his duty as a father, but also of the emotional obligation he has to Summer. Despite their history and the distance that's grown between them, Phyllis can see that Kyle hasn't finished business with Summer. Phyllis knows that Kyle's feelings for her daughter have never fully gone away, and this is his moment to either face those feelings or lose everything. Summer's bold move, the DNA test. As if the already tense situation wasn't complex enough, Summer drops a bombshell. When Jack and Diane Abbott express their surprise at seeing Summer return with a baby and the revelation that the infant is supposedly Kyle's child, confusion sets in. Jack and Diane are taken aback by the news, struggling to process how this could be possible, given the years of separation between Kyle and Summer. Summer, however, is confident in her claim that the baby is indeed Kyle's daughter. "If you need proof, I'll get a DNA test," she declares with a sense of calm assurance that leaves everyone stunned. Summer's confidence isn't just about the paternity of the child, it's also about her determination to have Kyle involved in her life and their children's future. She's fully prepared to take whatever steps are necessary to confirm the baby's paternity. And she knows that this test will not only clear up the confusion but also force Kyle to confront his responsibility. But the question remains, is the baby truly Kyle's? The DNA test will be the key to unlocking this mystery, but until the results come in, the suspense will linger. For now, everyone is left to wonder if Summer is simply playing a strategic game to get Kyle back, or if she is, in fact, telling the truth about the baby's paternity. Jack and Diane's reaction: a family divided. For Jack and Diane, the news of Summer's return with a child and the possibility that Kyle is the father comes as a shock. Jack, who has always been protective of his son, isn't sure of how to react. His primary concern is Kyle's emotional well-being and the impact this revelation will have on him. He knows how much Kyle has struggled with the idea of starting a family with Summer, and now, with this unexpected twist, Jack fears that the past will come rushing back in a way that could derail Kyle's future. Diane, too, finds herself caught between supporting her son and grappling with the implications of Summer's return. The tension between the Abbott family members is palpable as they try to navigate the complexities of Kyle's relationships with both Claire and Summer. And the fallout from this paternity mystery threatens to tear them apart. Diane's reaction to the situation is one of concern, not just for her son but for the broader implications on the family dynamic. Kyle's emotional turmoil, choosing between love and responsibility. For Kyle, the news of the baby and the potential paternity test are just the beginning of his emotional journey. His world is already in turmoil after his decision to delay his wedding to Claire, and now, with the baby potentially being his, Kyle is forced to confront his past and the life he's built with Claire. The love he once shared with Summer was intense, and the connection they still share is undeniable. But he has also made a commitment to Claire, and he knows that breaking that commitment would have serious consequences. Kyle's emotional turmoil is further amplified by the love he has for his son, Harrison, and the new life he might be forced to build with Summer and their daughter. The weight of responsibility that comes with being a father is not something Kyle can ignore, no matter how complicated his feelings for Summer might be. His promise to care for their children is one he doesn't take lightly, and the thought of abandoning them for a future with Claire doesn't sit well with him. But Kyle's struggle is not just about responsibilities, also about his heart. He's torn between the love he feels for Summer and the future he has been trying to build with Claire. Can he truly walk away from everything he's worked for with Claire, or will he follow his heart back to Summer? The choice he faces is an impossible one, and the consequences of his decision will reverberate throughout Genoa City for weeks to come. The DNA test, the final verdict. As the DNA test results loom on the horizon, all eyes are on Kyle, Summer, Claire, and the Abbott family. Will the baby truly be Kyle's daughter, or is Summer using this as a ploy to win him back? The test results will provide the clarity needed, but they will also be a turning point in Kyle's relationships with everyone involved. The fallout from this revelation could lead to heartbreaking decisions, family rifts, and the potential collapse of the future Kyle had planned with Claire. The drama in Genoa City is far from over. Kyle's choices, Summer's motivations, and Claire's heartbreak will set the stage for an emotional roller coaster that will keep fans glued to their screens. Will Kyle find his way back to Summer, or will he remain with Claire, despite everything that's been revealed? Only time and the DNA test will tell.